6 days ago, 3 of the 4 most talked about teams before this tournament were still in the World Cup. But at the end of the round of 16, only one of them remained standing. Brazil has fallen, Portugal has fallen, the United States has fallen. In other words, the World Cup that many people thought they were watching in June is no longer the same World Cup we are seeing now. In this video, you'll understand exactly which 8 teams remain in the competition, why the bracket is so different from the initial predictions, and which one seems to have the clearest path to the title. So let's get to what really happened. There are 8 teams left, divided into 2 sides of the bracket. Whoever wins their path goes to the final. Whoever loses goes home. There is no more room for error. There is no group stage to recover points. There is no second chance. And that's what many people forget about the knockout stage. From here on out, every game is about survival. Therefore, ranking these 8 teams is no longer about who seemed strongest on paper before the tournament began. Now, the question is different. Who is playing with less fear precisely when the pressure is greatest? On one side of the bracket are France, Morocco, Spain, and Belgium. On the other side, England, Norway, Argentina, and Switzerland. Now, let's rank the 8 teams that still dream of winning the cup, starting with the one that has the most unstable path from here on out. In 8th place, Switzerland. Switzerland reached the quarterfinals after beating Colombia in a goalless draw in regulation time, no goals in extra time, and decided only on penalties. This isn't exactly a criticism of Switzerland, but it is a warning about what a penalty shootout really measures. Penalties reward emotional control, composure, and nerves of steel, but they don't necessarily prove technical superiority during the game. And a team that needed penalties just to survive the round of 16 hasn't yet shown enough to be considered reliable in a group that only gets tougher from here on out. In 7th place, Belgium. Belgium beat the United States convincingly, and to do so against a host nation, in front of their own fans, and with everything at stake, is a truly impressive result. But there is a difference between playing a great knockout match and sustaining a great campaign. Belgium has shown promising moments in previous tournaments, but hasn't always managed to translate that potential into deep and consistent runs. Therefore, this victory is a very positive sign, but it is not yet definitive proof that Belgium has surpassed this standard. 6th place, Norway. Here's one of the big surprises. Norway eliminated Brazil, the team with the most World Cup titles in football history. Brazil was considered by many to be a natural contender to at least reach the semifinals, but it fell short. And Norway didn't just resist, it won. This result carries weight. It shows that this team is dangerous, organized, and capable of taking down any giant on a decisive night. But beating a favorite once doesn't automatically mean you'll be able to repeat the feat against another high-level opponent. Now, Norway needs to prove that this victory wasn't just an extraordinary night, but rather part of something bigger. In 5th place, Morocco. Morocco easily defeated Canada in the round of 16, and before that, they had already eliminated the Netherlands in one of the biggest displays of strength of this tournament. 2 results of this magnitude in sequence don't seem like a coincidence. They seem like a pattern. Morocco has quietly built one of the most balanced teams among the remaining 8. It is a defensively strong team, competitive, well-positioned, and dangerous enough in attack to punish any opponent who underestimates it. And at this point in the tournament, underestimating Morocco is no longer a safe option for anyone. In 4th place, Spain. Spain eliminated Portugal by winning by just 1 goal. But that score doesn't fully reflect the significance of that match. That match marked the end of Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup. It was the final chapter of one of the most victorious and remarkable careers in football history, and Spain was the team responsible for writing that ending. Winning a game with this level of tension, against a team laden with symbolism and with a legend bidding farewell to the biggest stage in football, demands a maturity that few national teams manage to demonstrate. Spain showed control, patience, and composure. And that, in knockout matches, is worth a lot. In 3rd place, Argentina. Argentina trailed against Egypt for much of the game. Egypt, which wasn't even expected to be among the teams capable of reaching the quarterfinals so close, put Argentina under real pressure. But Argentina found 3 goals in the second half and turned the game around. Good teams win when the plan works. Favorites win when the plan falls apart. And even then, they find another way. Messi was at the heart of that comeback, perhaps in his last World Cup. And there's something very powerful about a team that refuses to lose, even when it seems like it's losing. Argentina may not have played the most controlled game, but they showed one essential thing, the ability to survive chaos. In 2nd place, England. England beat Mexico 3-2. At first glance, the score seems to indicate a shaky victory, an open game full of risks. But we need to look more closely at what this victory required. England had to respond to Mexico twice, in a stadium with weather favorable to their opponents, and managed to do so without losing their composure. A team that absorbs pressure, takes hits, and still finds a way back is not weak. It is tested. and teams tested in tough games tend to perform better as the tournament progresses. England didn't win easily, but they won by showing resilience, emotional control, and presence in crucial moments. And first and foremost, France. France eliminated Paraguay, the same team that had already knocked out Germany in the previous round. This means that France didn't just win another game. They overcame a team that had already proven capable of taking down a traditional powerhouse of world football. So far, France has progressed through the knockout stage without major setbacks. As hosts, playing within the tournament's structure, and possibly with a large portion of the crowd on their side, in the final stages, the French national team seems increasingly comfortable. And there is a type of campaign that tends to be very dangerous, one that doesn't attract attention for its spectacle, but for its efficiency. France doesn't need to be the most exciting team to watch. She just keeps winning. And at this moment, no remaining team seems as efficient as France. Now, there is a very important pattern in all of these results. Each of the 8 teams that reached the quarterfinals had to overcome someone who, on paper, seemed stronger, more traditional, or better prepared. Germany was left behind. The Netherlands has fallen. Brazil, Portugal, the United States, Mexico, Canada, and Colombia also lagged behind. The World Cup has this power. It rewards those who rise to the occasion at the right time, not just those who seemed like favorites before the ball even started rolling. If this tournament has taught us anything so far, it's that reputation might put a team in the conversation, but it doesn't guarantee passage to the knockout stage. And perhaps the most interesting idea is precisely this. France appears at the top of this ranking not because it has been the most exciting team, but because it didn't need to be. Efficiency is a quieter form of dominance, and it's very difficult to bet against a team that keeps winning without seeming shaken. Now, I want to know your opinion. Is a team that wins through composure, like France, more dangerous in the long run than a team that wins through emotion, like Argentina? And which result surprises you more? Norway eliminating Brazil, or the end of Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup era against Spain? Leave your opinion in the comments. And if this content helped you better understand the current state of the World Cup, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with someone who is also following the tournament.